any update you can give us on his status?
Yeah, he'll talk to the trainers after today's practice. Was in a little bit of contact. Certainly not playing tomorrow. But for him to come out and practice with us and start thinking about some contact, it's getting close. Again, I can't tell you when, but yeah, so it's encouraging that he's out there and the trainers have given him the green light to get involved in some contact.
How have you seen Zach respond in his play when his usual partner has been out of the lineup?
I think it's been different for him. I just got through talking to Zach. I want to see. I think he's lost a little bit of his aggressiveness offensively. I just don't see him up the ice as much. I think that'll help his whole game. I think his game, along with a number of players, and our whole team last night was up and down. It's his partner. It's his only partner that he knows, really, quite honestly, since he's broke into the league. So I'm sure it's different. But he has to try to find a way when something isn't just perfect or isn't comfortable for him to figure it out. And to me, I just like to see him more aggressive offensively because I think his whole game falls into place from there.
Compared to a year ago, do you feel like Panarin is off to a faster, better overall start than he was maybe? It seems like it took him a little while to get the goal scoring going last year.
I don't remember last year how he started. I don't. And those are two world-class passes that he made last night. And when you talk about passing about, you talk about the no look, just changing the defense by his body language, his eyes. Not many people can do that. So those are two world-class passes. Yeah, I think he's beginning to get going. We still, our flow offensively, I still think needs work. But he's made some really good plays. I'm not sure what he has for points now. What does he have? Yeah. No, it's a good start for him.
John, on that flow issue, it took a while last night to get things going a little bit, maybe not to the level that you wanted it to get to, but is it the start and stop nature of the way this season has begun? It's going to take these guys a while.
I look at last night's game, and I don't want to speak on Philly, but if I'm watching the game objectively, watching both teams, it is two sloppy hockey teams. Yeah, and I've watched some games, not other than ours. I think it's been sloppy quite a bit through the league. Yeah, so we have a lot of things to iron out. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. I am not going to get into any type of panic mode. We're going to just go about our business and try to get better each and every day. But are we at the level that I think we need to be at? No. Throughout the game. And so we're going to keep on working at it.
No matter what Seth's availability is, just having his presence there at practice.
It's great to see him at practice, yeah. And he's a big part of our leadership group right now. It's good to have that big, long body out there, and good to see that he's willing and able, through the trainers, letting him take a little bit of contact. And I think it's certainly going to be. It's a 4 to 6 week injury. It's obviously looking that it's not going to be the end of that type of time span. So we'll see how he feels today after practicing and going about our next few days, see where it goes.
John, getting back to Panarin a little bit, I think most people assume that a guy that's like super talented like that isn't necessarily easy to play with. Do you have a sense for like what it's like to play with him from talking to your players? Is that always the case that just offensive guys are always easy to play with?
Well, I think there's a comfort level with those three. They've played enough together with Luke and Cam. Yeah, he's instinctive, and I think that's why he's so hard to defend. You just never know what's going to happen. I'm sure the players that he's playing with feel that, but I think if they get around the net and they have their stick on the ice, good things are going to happen. And because he does a lot of carrying the puck through the neutral zone, where you most likely you see centers doing a lot of that. He carries that a lot for that line. So the guys without the puck, they just got to try to get into areas and get away from defenders, because I do think a lot of teams end up really gravitating to him and try to outnumber him a little bit. So that's a good thing for his line mates, is just to get to open areas, and he has the ability to find you. Yeah. So yeah, he's a special player.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate to have him.
Sometimes it's hard for line mates to predict that guy's instincts as much as it is.
I don't even think they try to, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think Brett knows what he's doing. And I say that seriously. That's just how instinctive he is. And so if he doesn't know what he's doing, how can his line mates figure it out? I think his line mates just realize they've played him enough that he's going to carry the puck a lot through the neutral zone. He seems to have it there a lot. Is just get to open areas and somewhere or another he's going to find you, or if Cam or Luke has the puck, Brett has an innate ability too to get open. Yeah. He gets lost and he's just in the weeds, and all of a sudden he appears in a very important area. So I think they do have some chemistry because they've played so much together.
You've mentioned Duclair. The puck finds him. You go back to the word instinctive. Is that an innate ability? How do you become a player like that where the puck?
Yeah, well, I think he has. I think we were talking about last night that it follows him, but he's hard on it too. He finds it, and he may lose it for a second, but he ends up going back for it. Yeah, a thing I like about him is I think his willingness to cut into the middle of the ice. A lot of players don't like cutting in the middle of the ice because you never know what's going to happen there. But he's willing to cut in the middle and get into traffic areas with the puck to try to get to that scoring area. I think Wenny's a guy that really should look at him sometimes. I think Wenny's willing enough, but he doesn't do it enough. He likes being on the outside and wait for late people. I'd like to see Wenny add a little bit of Duke's blood in him as far as taking things into areas and challenging people. And that's a big part of Duke's game. Now, I guess this goal he scored last night is all over the place, huh? Yeah. But he has to understand also that there are certain times that he has the ability to beat people wide also, and maybe even take some shots from the wing, bad angle shots, not always looking to make that extra play. And that's my, I guess, my thought as a coach. I don't want to interfere with him expressing himself offensively, but we're not going to be the Harlem Globetrotters here either. We're going to put the pucks into the blue and score some goals that way also. I think that has to be a part of his game.
It wasn't the way he drew it up towards, but did you rewind it a couple times and look at it and appreciate the effort that it took to get that thing in the back?
In between periods, we check them out. Yeah, I did. It's a hell of a goal. Yeah. But I had a couple of people say, man, it's all over the social media and this, that, the other thing, and it's great. I don't want to take that away from them, but we're playing Chicago tomorrow. Again, like I told the team last night, and I think it's really a thing that we need to get over. I think it's one of our errors in our game right now is we don't take what the game gives us sometimes offensively. We try to do too much, and that causes turnovers, and it's been in our game quite a bit. I'm not pinpointing on Duke, but it just brings that thought in my head right now. Sometimes you just have to take what the game gives you and go from there.
Are you kicking around the idea of Wenberg on the wing at all? Just kind of looking at what I've seen out there, or no?
Who?
Wenberg?
Why do you ask me that?
I was just looking at the lines.
What were the lines? When he was playing center.
He was on the left on a couple of those rushes. And I just
No.
Okay.
He may have ended up there on the transition.
Started, but
Yeah. No. 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 He's a center. He's playing center. Yeah.